Example 12 on page 528, multiply the two factors, and each factor has two terms in it. Assume that no radicants were formed by raising negative numbers to even power. So this statement ensures that the variable a and b inside the square root or even k root are non-negative. So the variables a and b right here, are greater than or equal to 0. Now, in the case that you can simplify the square root of a variable a or b in a way that you can bring the variable outside of the even root, in this case square root, you don't need to use the absolute value if you have this assumption right here. Okay? So normally when you take a square root on even k or index of radical, you usually will put the absolute value around the variable. But with this assumption, it's saying that the variables a and b's are non-negative. They are not negative. So multiply square root of a plus square root of b times square root of a minus square root of b. Now, if you know this, we have square root of a, square root of b, square root of a, square root of b. They're the same, right? The only thing different is that both have opposite side. So that means you can use the difference of squares, which is this formula here, difference of squares, because we have AB, opposite side, right? Negative, positive. So what we're given is here, we can use this formula by converting what we have here to the left-hand side here. Now, if you don't want to use this formula, you can FOIL it out. To take this term, multiply two terms here, and take this term, multiply the two terms here. Okay, you'll get 4 terms when you FOIL, and then combine the radicals when you can, and then simplify. But if you use this formula, what you got are 2 terms only. I'm going to use this formula. So a squared, a's here, which is root a, square root of a is a squared, minus b squared. B is square root of b. Simplify, we have square root of a squared is a. Okay? Normally we'll put the absolute value, but because we assume that the variable a and b are non-negative, they're not negative, so the answer is a, minus square root of b squared is b. Okay? So the answer for example 12 is a minus b.